It's a funny thing. Darkness. You never know when the fear of it will come rushing back to you, returning you to the 10-year-old child that you really still feel like, even now, deep down inside. It isn't the darkness itself that scares us, though, of course. We all know that. It's the absence of anything, the void, the nothingness, and the chance, however slight, that the impossible may rise up out of it, from another world into our own. Over the past 4 weeks, I've been gradually turning blind. Now I can barely see anything at all. The doctors are stumped. My eyes are fine, they say. My brain, too, is fine. My mind, they're not so sure. Because what else on earth could it be? I don't think I'm crazy, though. I still feel sane. Just about. It started nearly a month ago, early on a Sunday morning. I was laying in bed, alone in my apartment as always, listening to the sparrows that made a nest in the vent above my window. It sounds lovely when you put it like that. But baby sparrows make some of the most appalling noises any creature on this earth is capable of making. And they have the annoying tendency to do it around 5 a.m., day in and day out. Anyway, I was lying in bed, listening to the birds, wondering vaguely what time they dragged me out of this strange, peaceful dream I've been having. I opened my eyes to check the clock on the wall, thinking that it must have been really early, considering that there weren't much light coming in through the window. I was wrong. It was 9 a.m. I blinked. 9 a.m.? I opened the curtains to take a look at the weather. Maybe it was raining, and that's why it felt so dark? Nope. Blue skies as far as the eye can see. Except the color of the sky, well, it wasn't really blue. But it wasn't. It was like there was a grayish haze enveloping my entire world, like I'd forgotten to take my sunglasses off before going to bed. At this point, I was starting to feel a little worried. Sudden vision problems are never really a good sign, are they? But decided to give it a day or so, thinking that maybe I was just tired or stressed. Again, I was wrong. Ever since that Sunday morning, every day when I wake up, after that same strange calming dream, the world gets a little darker. On day 3, I went to the doctors, and again every day since. I've been prescribed all kinds of treatments in that time. Eye drops, oral medicine, even therapy. But nothing has worked. They thought at first that it might be something that could be fixed with surgery, but apparently that won't work either. According to the doctor, there doesn't appear to be any physical cause for my blindness. It's really not comforting at all. Around day 10, the darkness began to speak. I know, it sounds insane, but I'm telling you, I can hear it. All the time, even now, calling to me, as if from far away, like a siren singing out from beneath the sea, so far below the waves that no light can penetrate its depths. A voice that calls out from the kind of black ocean that is filled with strange, luminous fanged monsters of fish and spiraling, coiling worms. It is the call of the impossible, the monster under your bed. That shadow that, in the light of your bed lamp, could really just belong to the jacket after all, but could also belong to a tall, thin man in a jet black suit with no face. It's calling to me. He's calling to me, and I know that my fate's already been decided. My life was handed over as soon as that first Sunday when I woke up with shade over my eyes. By day 20, I can see them. I can see them standing there in the dark, waiting, watching. You need to become a part of the darkness to truly understand. You need to be one of them to see them. You need to know what's always been there, all night long, when you close your eyes, when you blink, to truly see it. When I went to the doctors today for my appointment, they couldn't see me. They couldn't even hear me. Of course, I couldn't really see them either. But this time, it felt like I didn't even exist. Like I'd fallen out of their world. Like eggs that fall out of the nest before they've even hatched. That was when I realized something strange. I hadn't bumped into anything once. Not once since I started to grow blind. Not one thing. As soon as I'd realized this, the shadows, as I started to call them, drew closer to me. It was hard to tell, but I think they were smiling. They're still smiling now, watching as I type this. They giggle quietly as a screen reader dictates my own words back to me. I'm smiling too. You know, it's actually a pretty funny thing. Darkness, once you get to know it. Once I finish typing this, I'm going to join them on my first job. I can't wait to get started. I know it's not much, but I've already silenced the sparrows as practice. Oh, and how I laughed when the 10-year-old kid from next door found their broken nest, torn to pieces on the ground. The birds vanished without a trace. You could tell that he was crying, even through the black fog of my broken vision, even through the thick milk bottle glasses he was wearing that day. The ones he was wearing for the very first time that day. I don't think he'll be able to see me yet, when we go and visit him tonight in his dreams after dark. But it won't be long. Are you afraid of the dark? Because you should be. It's standing right next to you, and it can't wait for you to join.